why smart people feel lonely. Slow English. Hello, dear English learners. Welcome to another episode of the Slow English podcast. Today, we're going to explore a very interesting and important topic: why smart people sometimes feel lonely. By the end of this episode, you will not only improve your English listening skills, but also gain a deeper understanding of human connection and perhaps even yourself. So, relax, listen carefully, and let's begin this journey together. Have you ever met someone who is incredibly intelligent? Perhaps they are a brilliant scientist, a talented artist, or a deep thinker. And yet, despite their intelligence, they seem to struggle with making friends or feeling understood. It might seem strange, right? We often think that being smart would make life easier, but for some, it can actually lead to feelings of loneliness. Let's explore why this happens and what it means for our relationships. One of the main reasons is that smart people often think differently from the majority of people. Their minds might work faster, they might see connections that others miss, or they might be interested in very specific, complex topics. This can make it difficult to find people who truly understand their thoughts and ideas. Imagine trying to explain advanced physics or complex philosophy to someone who has never studied those subjects. It's not that one person is better than the other, but their ways of thinking are very different. This difference can create a gap, leading to a feeling of isolation. They might feel like they are speaking a different language, even when they are using the same words. Another reason is the pursuit of depth over breadth in relationships. Many intelligent individuals prefer deep, meaningful conversations over superficial small talk. They crave discussions about philosophy, science, art, or the mysteries of the universe. While this desire for depth is admirable, it can limit the number of people they connect with. Not everyone is comfortable with or interested in such intense conversations. Many people prefer to talk about daily life, sports, or celebrities. As a result, smart people might have fewer friends, but the friendships they do have are often very strong and meaningful. It's about quality, not quantity. They would rather have one true friend who understands them than 100 acquaintances who only know them on the surface. Vocabulary highlight 1. Superficial. Superficial, adjective not deep or thorough. Concerned only with the obvious or apparent. For example, they had a superficial conversation about the weather, but didn't discuss anything important. Repeat after me. Superficial. Superficial. Smart people also tend to be highly self-aware and introspective. They spend a lot of time thinking about their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. This introspection can be a powerful tool for personal growth, but it can also make them more aware of their differences from others. They might notice subtle social cues or understand complex emotional dynamics that others overlook. This heightened awareness can sometimes make them feel like outsiders, observing the world rather than fully participating in it. It's like being an observer in a play, rather than an actor on the stage. They see the patterns, the motives, and the underlying emotions, which can make it hard to just be in the moment without analyzing it. Furthermore, there's often a fear of judgment or misunderstanding. Intelligent people might worry that if they express their true thoughts or passions, they will be seen as strange, arrogant, or simply misunderstood. This fear can lead them to hold back, to hide parts of themselves, which prevents genuine connection. They might put on a mask to fit in, pretending to be interested in things they find boring or hiding their intelligence to avoid making others feel uncomfortable. But this only deepens their sense of loneliness because they are not being their true selves. There's a difficult balance between being authentic and feeling accepted. When you can't be yourself, you are always alone, even in a crowd. Reflection question 1. Have you ever felt misunderstood because your interests or thoughts were different from those around you? How did that make you feel? Another factor is that smart people often have very high standards, both for themselves and for others. They value honesty, integrity, and intellectual curiosity. While these are great qualities, they can make it harder to find people who meet those standards. They might be less willing to tolerate small talk or shallow behavior, which can lead them to spend more time alone. They are looking for a specific kind of connection, and they are willing to wait for it. This patience is a strength, but it can also be lonely. They are not being elitist. They just know what they need to feel truly connected. Vocabulary highlight 2. Introspective. Introspective, adjective characterized by or given to introspection, the examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. For example, the artist was very introspective, spending hours reflecting on his feelings. Repeat after me. Introspective. Introspective. Let's also consider the need for solitude. Many intelligent people are introverts or simply enjoy their own company. They need time alone to think, to create, and to recharge their energy. While this solitude is productive and enjoyable, it can be misunderstood by others as being antisocial or lonely. There is a big difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone is a choice. Being lonely is a feeling of disconnection. Smart people might be perfectly happy being alone, but they still need to feel that they belong somewhere. Reflection question 2. Do you enjoy spending time alone, or do you prefer to be with others? Why? In addition, the way smart people solve problems can also lead to loneliness. They often prefer to figure things out on their own rather than asking for help. They might feel that they should be able to handle everything themselves because they are smart. This self-reliance can be a great asset, but it can also prevent them from reaching out to others. When you don't ask for help, you don't give others the chance to support you, and that can create a wall between you and the rest of the world. Vocabulary highlight 3. Authentic. Authentic, adjective of undisputed origin. Genuine. For example, she always tries to be authentic and true to herself. Repeat after me. Authentic. Authentic. It's important to remember that loneliness is a universal human experience, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with being smart. It simply means that the path to connection might be different for intelligent individuals. Finding like-minded people, joining communities that share their interests, and learning to embrace their unique perspectives can help overcome these feelings. It's about finding your tribe, your group of people who appreciate you for who you are, including your intelligence and your quirks. Repeat after me. Finding my tribe. Finding my tribe. When smart people find their tribe, the loneliness often fades away. They realize that they are not alone in their thoughts and that there are others who see the world in a similar way. This connection is incredibly powerful and worth the wait. So, if you feel lonely because you think differently, don't lose hope. Your people are out there and they are looking for you too. In summary, smart people can feel lonely due to their unique ways of thinking, their preference for deep connections, their self-awareness, fear of judgment, and high standards in relationships. However, by understanding these reasons, they can actively seek out environments and people who truly resonate with them. Remember, being smart is a gift, and finding connection is a journey. Thank you for listening and improving your English with us today. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please consider subscribing for daily slow English listening practice. Your support helps us create more content for you. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What makes you feel connected to others? See you in the next episode. Goodbye.